Good morning, everybody. Temi Kiza, as always. Anyone joining me, you are welcome. I'll be very happy to see everyone. I got a topic today. I'm waiting, everybody. I'm just talking because the counting has started. I'm going to look at the weekly news and their significance, of course. And I'm going to talk about the gangs, how everyone is ganging against the NUP. And I'm going to talk about the envy towards NUP. But the main point I want to make today that we are going to overcome. We like it or not. Good morning. Good morning, Barry Regents. Long time. Good morning, Moses Malay. Long time. Long time. I've been off. I'm gonna play this music, this video to show you that we are going to overcome. They like it or not. We are going to really stand. And I will talk about this video. I will talk about this video as we go on because this is incredible. Okay, I hope everybody can hear me now. Please, if you don't hear me, please, everybody will tell me. Prosper Trinity, thank you. Barry, share, thank you. Godfrey, share. So we have got lots of news in Uganda. Uganda is never short of news, I'm telling you. But there is some news that we saw so significant. Morning, Ashraf. Listening to you is almost becoming the attack on Nope is unavailable because nobody chases someone without a foot bomber. Yeah, thank you very much. And that is the point we are going to arrive, Ashraf. Thank you for your submission. Thank you, Margaret. So there are some news that doesn't go away, and I will keep on banging on this because they are a pillar to how Uganda is. 19 women die every day. So we are talking about 60,000 women dying every day, every year. That should have been avoided. 330 children dying every day in avoidable diseases, but it should have been avoidable. We are talking about numbers of children dying every year. We have got 21 people dying in a fatal accident, 21 people dying in a brutality. So the news that I can give you is about the COVID restrictions. If you are traveling to Entebbe, they've been come off. They've been taken away. You don't need PCR, you don't need anything. So you can go, you can come back. The passport, original passport, the one mine I showed you, is still in existence. So today I'm going to be talking about weekly news. I'm going to talk about the gangs against the NUP, Morning Ibukirwa. Get well soon, please. And I'm going to talk about the envy towards NUP, and I'm going to talk about how we are going to really stand. For me, I usually like to give you images and photos, but today I don't have that much. But what we are going to do, what I'm going to talk about, is about, I'm going to look at the significance of the news, the response, our response, we envisage, do we envisage our plan and strategy, how we can prevent, how we can deal with the problem. So all these news that happens, all these which are happening, for me, I have decided to divide them into other titles. The first one is human rights. let us not forget about violation of human rights. Everybody deserves to live. Everybody deserves to be free in their own country, especially Morning Mododo. We need to be free. Gross abuse of human rights is still ongoing. We have a silent genocide in Uganda. So, and this is a key point, the significance of this, the international community has taken a note. The international community knows that there is now violation. And in international terms, it cannot be accepted. It will never be accepted. They have taken a note. It is now the onus is on them to decide whether they continue to deal with somebody who violates human rights, whether they can stop the funding, whether they can take action, whether they can side with us and support us. So it is very, very important. As I end up on that note, I want everybody to treat ICC regarding the case against Moses Kainerugaba, because he was reported in ICC on 3rd of May 2021 about the violence that took place into election 2021. So the significance is there for us, and that could pave a way that torture might end. It might end, although we live with the dictators. You never know. It might end. They might cut it down. So they might find a way to mute it, to stop it. And that would be good news, because now international is watching. Our response, we should be reporting every single violation of human rights. Nothing is too small. Put it out. Use your camera. You tell a neighbor, put it in the news, report it on Twitter, send it on WhatsApp, send it on Facebook. It will go and it will go and it will go ahead and ahead. Our response matters. Evidence matters. We should be keeping the evidence. And then envisage. We should always be able to envisage these people, they are killing us. They are violating human rights. What can we do? How can we prevent it? How can we expose it? How are we going to deal with this? And when you envisage, it's like you look ahead. What is going to happen? It's like you see, okay, now this is what they do. When like Kakwenza, you make a post, they're gonna beat you, they're gonna torture you. So you envisage all that. It's like me. I look at Uganda the way it is. They don't like outspoken people, and I'm one of those outspoken people. Usually I envisage already the pain if they ever catch me, the pain I'll go through, the beating, the torture. I listen to Stella Nyanza, I listen to Sauda Madada, I listen to Nina Mwafrika, and I hear what happens to all these women. So I envisage. And incidentally, other people, they get Katengo and then they run away. So, and then you plan out the strategy. How are you going to raise up, expose them, human rights? Are you going to use pseudonyms? Are you going to share that video with somebody? Are you going to share that message? What are you going to do? What is your plan to prevent the worst? So we need to think something, somehow like that. And how are you going to deal with the problem as well? When we deal with this problem, it's not small, because we have a dictator who is bent on violating human rights. And that is their meal. That is what they know. They are not going to stop. But do you stop? Do you sit and watch while they are violating human rights? It is never. We have got so many avenues. We can use the parliament. We can use the media. Media is not our side. We can use the social media. We can challenge them. We can demonstrate. Lots of ways we can deal with the abuse of human rights towards us. Because yesterday was Kakwenza. Today is going to be Demi. It's going to be anybody. Mark you, we don't know how many people they are in those safe houses. So point number 2, when we look at the news into the parliament, what has happened in the parliament. Yes, my Enosika could stop lying the word. Now you wanted the Kakweza to abuse people and go untouched. Stop your own mission, which we don't want. Yes, Enos Kapulu, this is what we want. So it is a different opinion. Thank you for your submission. I'm not lying the word, because the word lying you have written in English, the word that abuse is not what you mean. The security organ of Uganda abused human rights and abused Kakenza. They tortured, physical abuse. They beat him, psychological abuse. They abused him. So my friend Enos, that is not abuse in English. Go back and check your what? Your diction. The man said he's using literature. Whom did he abuse? When you say obese is being overweight. That is regarding your weight, your height, and your waist. So what do you see in Muhoz? When he talks about sedentary behaviors, that is when you sit, you on PlayStation, you don't move, you lack physical activities, you sit on border. Sedentary. Is that wrong? Is that abuse? That is not even an insult. It is just even a warning to Muhoz. You are too obese. You are a commander. You should be looking fit. So that point is done. So I'm not lying to the word, because the word, I've seen it with their hand. And of course, if we were born, how can you see somebody being beaten with the scars in the back all over the whole body, and you say that the word, I'm lying to the word? I'm glad the word can see that. And I don't have anything to say more than I think I have explained to you, and I welcome stay on this program. So the news, other news in the parliament. In the parliament, morning, Amanda. In the parliament, we had voting, which is so significant. We have to look at the significance, because we can go into nitty-gritty, what happened. No, we live in a dictatorial world. Don't worry, don't wonder. For me, I'm not surprised. We had 3 voting into the parliament. The significance to that is very, very big. There was a calling for Jimmy Muhoz, the security apparatus, that security minister, to be come into the parliament floor and explain the significance of calling him. Even if the number was not enough, even if he doesn't come, his story will stand, the request will stand, and that will go against him wherever he wants. He will have to explain why he didn't come into the parliament. And hey, you can't sit down and watch. The parliamentary clause is there. The option is there to call Muhez. So they had to invite him, because of all this which is happening, the NUP members, they are rotting in hell. NUP members, they are civilians, they are being taken in the army court. NUP members, they are tortured. NUP members, they are dying in hospital. NUP members, they are missing. So he had to be called, because he's the Minister of Security, and he had to come and explain that is the way it is. And what about them sitting? Sitting, yes. Even if it is the end, it has ended. The significance, they have done it in the national interest. They have seen something going wrong, and they have come out to show we live in a dictatorial world. They are not going to listen, but one day they will listen. As I'm going ahead, I'm going to tell you how they are listening to us, because they had avoided us for a long time. But now it has come to a point they cannot avoid us. So what we are looking at the parliament, the sitting. The significance is big. We had the voting for Zake. That is a witch hunt. We know it. We know how they want to take out Zake. We know how they want to decapitate NUP, because they are already invading. I'm going to explain to you how they are ganging on NUP. morning Twaha, morning Farida, morning Iga, morning Amanda. So the voting is very, very significant. First of all, I talked about playing politics clean. So it revealed how many people do we have in NUP? Where are their hearts? When the voting comes, they play hide and seek. They what? They abscond. They give excuses. So that is a big revolution. Our response is to ask the leader of opposition to give us the list of those people who voted. I heard Comrade Fausti Masaba asking that, but he didn't ask the direct to leader of opposition. I have message for you that I have requested him to give. I don't know whether he will. For me, I look onto the list and I just go to those people who are concerned. So we need to see the list, because where we are living, there is no hide and seek no more. If you are in NUP ticket, you have to abide. You have to adhere. You have to come with a group. You have to explain yourself why you haven't been voted. And NUP leaders, please don't go missing. Don't. NRM, they'll come and sign and vote and vote and vote. Your number might be very little, but the noise you are making, this is the reason they are ganging on NUP. This is the reason they are ganging on NUP. One voice can be enough to shatter down a million. One voice. There is always the word minority. And it's no reason that it's not there. There is the word minority. So when we see that there was voting for Jimmy Muhoozi to come to sign a list of people, few they signed. There was a voting against the motion they brought against Zaki, and a few people they come and they signed. So we need to stand to each other. We need to envisage. We need to look into this. If Zaki was really drawn, what is the damage? You have to ask yourself. NUP opposition member, I talked about clarity. Young people, they have got clarity. Now they stand for NUP. So NUP played clean politics. You are 109 on opposition. In opposition, independent, DP, UPC, NUP, ANSI. So why did you not vote? Why did you not say no? Even if NRM has got the numbers, you don't know. Other people, they might not vote. Other people, they might wonder if NUP is not what? Is not signing for their man. So why would we? So let us not be like that. That is a big, big mistake. I have to tell you. You have to start playing it clean. Politics, come and vote. When the voting is there, come and vote with NUP. We cannot leave it to them. Envisage, how is it gonna be? What effect it has got? Your response was to come and write. Those numbers will go in history and they will count. It's no point for you to back out and say, I'm not voting. You have to look at, that is the plan. You must get your plan and strategy so that your enemy, NRM, they know that NUP is there and we are still united. Let us show the unity, unless you don't know what you are opposing. Because as I said to you, they are ganging against NUP. So they are ganging against NUP. Why? We are better. We are stronger. I'm going to tell you the reason. So in the parliament, we had those 3 votings, and we need NUP members to know this, that you need to vote with the NUP. Once the leader of opposition puts it there, you need to be standing together. Why are you hiding? Did you eat money? It's not necessary. So another headline, Jana Lumu, they said they're going to make it a day for Jana Lumu to be like, where is him now? To be like it's going to be Jana Lumu Day. Okay, they want it to be like that. Where is his picture? Janani Ruumu. So it was okay. All right. Janani Ruumu Day. So he was killed on the order of Idi Amin Dada. So that's no problem. But then we have got other people. On the grave of Rutakome Ruira, there is a note that he was murdered in Tiatemurwa. So who killed him in 1997? So if Janani Ruumu is remembered, what about other NUP members? So what I see in that, I see a problem that Janani Ruumu is being selected. Religious leaders, they haven't balanced. They haven't looked at the word that God loves us all. Why are they selective? We are celebrating January who was a religious man, who we think had no problem in the eyes of God. What about these other people they kill? I'm becoming so distant for me when you talk about religion. I am a believer, but I'm not religious. So these people, they turn up for Janani Ruumu. So what about other people dying in Uganda? I heard it was in the news in Daily Monitor that they were going to call the end of torture. So my question, did they call the end of torture? The significance of this day, can it bring us together to condemn torture? Can it bring us together to look at dictatorial? Can it bring us together to look at killing somebody is not right? Can it bring it together to condemn all this silent genocide? Can we speak about the silent genocide for now? So they are snookering themselves. They choose, they are selective, and the whole world is watching. And of all people, God is watching. So other people we need to remember. So for me, I remember all people who have been killed. I remember all people. I remember all our people who have been killed, rest in praise. I remember the families who have lost their loved one. And you can see some people, they say, oh, you cannot die. Poor children, they die. Rich children, they don't die. We are fighting for the country. When we are fighting for the country, your mind, you're going to be rooted to say that it's only poor people who are being killed. When I want freedom, I want freedom. No one is poor, no one is rich. We are after our country, but we know why you are talking such like that. So let us look at social issues. Social issues, they are into our picture as we speak for now. We have got social issues which are trending on. We have health. We heard that COVID was lifted at Entebbe Airport. And we know we are in the third wave. They said 4,000 people will die. I don't know how many they have died. So our hospitals are still bad. The issue of Oranya is still going on. Oranya, I saw him tweeting on Janan Orum. I don't know whether he was his administrator. And Anita said he's getting better. But the health is getting worse. We had a Twitter what yesterday. I was at work, I couldn't join. So when we look at health, the word human trafficking organ is going on. The word human trafficking is becoming into play. We started saying this and they said that was NUP seeking attention, NUP propaganda. But now it has come into the fall. It has come into, they cannot avoid this because surely Ugandans, they are being exported to Arabic countries. Their organs are being taken out and many they are being killed. Many they come back when they find out they don't have their organs. So there was a public political stunt that two people were arrested. One of them was in Sereko. I don't know which in Sereko. So what about the doctors? Who does that? Who take out their organs? What about those people who recruit? So we look at our response. Our response has been that now we had Twitter, boom, Twitter space in Arab countries. People, they were narrating their stories. We had Friday on what Uganda Breathing and different platform talking about people slavery, our Ugandans in what? Welfare in Arabic countries. Our response has been there, has not been limited. We need to make it more and more and more and more. And we need to look at why Ugandans, they go to Arabic countries, why Ugandans, they're being exposed. So our plan and strategy is to give Ugandans information. If you go to Saudi Arabia, this is what you expect. This is what you have to be mindful. We can't stop people who want to go to Saudi Arabia because they want to escape the poverty, the unemployment, the insecurity in Uganda. They want to have something. So they are ready to die. They are ready to give in their lives, hoping they will survive. Unless, unfortunately, many they don't survive. I saw Comrade with a video, Ibra Kasanda. He said that the jobs are no longer in the Middle East because African dictators, they haven't created jobs. So many Africans, they have gone to Arabic countries to work there. And the Europeans, these so-called developed nations, they have made their borders too tight for people to have visas. So the problem to deal with the dictators, they don't deal with the dictators, and then they broke their borders. And now the problem, they are sending it to Arabic countries. That is what politics is. You go round and round and round. So the health, when we look at 19 women dying every day, 330 children dying every day, 21 in fatal accident, 21 in brutality, there is no affordable health care. There is no accessible, it's too far, it's no quality, there is nothing. These understaffed or staffs, they are going to Middle East and the staffs are not being paid very well, doctors are not being paid very well, but they can find 1.7 billion to go to, for Orania to go to America. So another headline, as I'm looking at that, then I come to gangs attack. When you talk about gangs, sometimes it's about criminal, but it's a group of people joining together. What we can see now, we can see people, they have joined it together. Mao no longer cares about DP. He's meant to resign. Mao is attacking NUP. He thinks he's so clever. He's playing the tribal card. There is never a tribal card. Odongoto, MP who comes from northern Uganda, he replied to you. This is what I talked about, playing politics clean and clarity. Don't bring in other things. Politics is politics. And if be objective, is it worth it to spend 1.7 on Orania? Is it really that you leave other people dying in Uganda? Is it that you don't build hospitals, health care? You don't give people service delivery, but one individual, you pay him 1.7. The money may be what he would be enough to contribute. So we need to look at this. Our response to Mao has been there. I like people how you have responded. You have responded in a kind, and that is called the NUP Brigade. I always trusted they're going to be they're going to be a lot of response from NUP, and you have responded, and you have exhausted the word properly, the point properly, but they tend to put out the narrative. Problem, the media is not on our side, but the fact is like we need a healthcare system which is available to everybody, which is universal at the time of need. That my mom, I'm heartbroken, my mom will have medication. My mom will be able to go to hospital. My mom will be cared for. I don't need to go and look after her. So that is the healthcare system we are talking about. So people, they are ganging on NUP because NUP has withstood, NUP has stand up, NUP has been vibrant, NUP is on the point, political point. We are not talking far. We are not entertaining. NUP, they have never seen it. All they knew that election comes, there is election fever 1 year prior to election. After Museveni steals the vote, he will continue his life as normal. But NUP is saying it is not going to be business as normal. We still demand for our foreign vote. We still look up to see what they have done. And we need to clean up. And so the gang is always there. So our response has been very good. We have been vigilant. But let us envisage. We should have envisaged before that they're gonna gang on NUP. Maybe it was too soon to predict that. But when you envisage, you say NUP, I have 157 members. What is going to happen? What you are going to see? They are going for Joyce Bagara. They are going for Zake. They are all they want is decapitate, 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 and they are using people whom we thought that they are affiliated on NUP, like a member of parliament called Ojala, who took Zake into the parliament. So they are ganging on NUP. You can see they had the intimidation. The intimidation is wearing off. This is, you haven't had Muhoozi Kainerugaba. He's been quiet. Before he was pumping, and he landed into hot water and he's pulled out. Not the first time he's done it. I know he's gonna come, because there are moments when he cannot control himself. When you are under certain substance, when you are dependent, when you abuse any substance, you are going to lose control of yourself. So wherever he's quiet for now, unless they have got him personal advisor, handler, with a speech writer, AD, PR, I don't know, but they can do it. But will he listen to them? So, and then you can see the social media, how they are ganging on us. First of all, the Facebook was banned in Uganda. You have to be using the VPN. First of all, we have seen social media attacks to NUP members, and that has been there. Then we can see the bill which was brought by Nsereko into the parliament, and it was authorized. So our response has been very good. We have to congratulate legit lawyer Isaac Semakade. He really put Nsereko into his place. But of all that debate that came out, it came out that Moses Nsereko Muhammad was expecting to come, the bill is necessary, the bill, the government, blah, blah, blah. No, but then he found somebody who stayed on the scope of legality, and it took him down the cleaners. Because what came through was like, we have already got some laws in place, but they haven't, Uganda government hasn't got the capacity to deal with what they want. And the second, they don't understand the word computer misuse. Another point that which came out, that the complainers, they don't turn up in court. And it is about curbing on like opposition, like social media people, bloggers, everybody. Their blogging association, they have gone onto the floor. Ismail Lexi is not there. They are not saying anything, because they should be blogging in the national interest. They shouldn't be blogging the conflict between NRM and the NUP. I'm glad for now. NUP. Deborah is asking, where are all Choto presenters on this video? It shows that weak-minded. Definitely Museveni will rule forever. No, unfortunately, Deborah, if Choto fails to listen in English, then Museveni will rule forever. Baggers. Oh, Mao is driving his boss Museveni narrative. You got, we shall give him level car. What may we will stop our journey. Deborah, Choto members I always have at a start. We have got members who work in the night, who work early mornings, who have got time difference. Jaffa Makanga is 9 hours ahead of me. We have got people in Uganda. So, well, but they will come on board. It's good submission, Deborah. But Museveni will not rule us forever. Whether my colleagues they come on this show, they will not. Museveni is not going to rule us forever. I can assure you that. But you had some good points along the way. So thank you very much. So the gang, when people they gang on you, Mao has forgotten about DP. But end of the day, let me tell you this. I say this again and again. The final destination we are going to unite. We'll be united in pain. We'll be united in victory. We'll be united one day, and we are going to take out Museveni. You like it or not? He will not rule us forever. He will not rule us forever. The gang, NRM, what they have done, they have invaded our space, but they cannot touch us. They cannot get to us. I can assure you, we are there, we are going to withstand. They have these gangs which are coming towards us. It will never overcome NUP. The reason why they are not going to overcome NUP, the reason is one, my dear Deborah. It's a revolution. We have younger people coming. They know what they want. They know change. Deborah, I'm sure you know change. Even if so, you say Museveni is going to rule Uganda forever. I think he's going to die as well. So he's not going to rule Uganda forever. He's not immortal. So we have young people who have got clarity. They know what they want. They know what politics is about. So revolution is a desire that you cannot take it away from me. Look at the people who have been killed, but we are still here. Look at the people who are being killed. We are still here. When you demand your stolen vote, you cannot rest. When you demand for something, you cannot. That is what I wanted to talk about to you, that we will really stand. The reason we demand something, NRM, they are not demanding anything. They are into comfort zone. They want to protect what they have stolen. But look at us, we are not being paid. NRM, they are bankrolled. Baram gives people money. What? They give people money. This money, people, they give people money left and right. Weak, feeble-minded Ugandans in diaspora, they have gone back to Uganda and they have collected money. But nobody has managed to get NUP down because we are not paid. We are not even volunteers, but we want change. And the change is for real. There is nothing they can do against that. They cannot change our heart. There are even so many people who are quiet. So, my love, Deborah, how is Museveni gonna stop this? Let's see this video. It happened yesterday. How is he gonna stop? I can see young people. How is he gonna stop it? I don't know. If he can, tell me please. How is he gonna stop that? These are young people. They are not involved. They were not invited. But they look at Bobby Wine as their messiah, as their next leader. Regardless of what are they going to do? These are young people. Eventually, we are going to find our way. We shall overcome. We are going to withstand. Whatever is happening, we are going to withstand. We shall give them level. Come what may, we will support our genuine MPs and this guy, the likes of Bwanika. Thank you very much, Iga. So NUP is going to come to a point, because at this moment now, the filter is on. We can see who are genuine NUP members. So if you are playing hide and seek, if you are not NUP pure and pure, you're gonna be rejected. You're gonna be ejected. and NUP card is going to sell as good as it. So our response is to look and do things the way we have to do. Our response, our plan and strategy is to get everybody who came and stood on NUP ticket, whether they passed, whether they were given card, whether they didn't, were not voted on election, we need to call them and invite them, and then they will be able, then we join the forces together, we prepare them with their academic qualification, we prepare them financially, we prepare them for leadership, we tell them what to expect. Our plan should be on. I was Kamocha headquarters, and the comrade Mosh was teaching the counselors. Well done, Mosh. So that is the preparation. That is one of the plan and strategy, so that people, they become leaders when they know why they are leaders. They will know what they are going to do. When they are aware of what NUP is about, it's not asking too big, but it is what we have to be doing. Yes, Robert Kyagulanyi is elected president of Uganda. Muganda wange ge mazima agakowa ntya kubisoma edda. Kakati now these gangs bali ku NUP, but we shall withstand. We have got the young generation behind us. We have got the young people behind us that we haven't bought, we haven't lectured, but they can see what is going on. And what is happening now is not about politics, the way they call politics. People, they can see what is going on in Uganda. As young as 3 years, as young 2 years, Museveni yabbye akalulu ka Bobi Wine. Museveni akuba Bobi Wine. Museveni akuba abantu. Museveni yatta taata wange. Museveni kimwagala. That generation is not going to go away, you like it or not. It's a revolution. It's going to revolve and revolve and revolve. Unfortunately, other people, they will never see and sense. They will never get to wear the crown. But you know what? There is always a bloodshed. It's no, I don't know who is it, and I don't know who it will be. So another headline, Muhoozi has gone quiet. The significance, the pressure is on him. The response, people, they have responded in kind, international and local. And then we have got the Banga Wogan Muhoozi project, who are drumming pieces, but they are getting worn up because it's so difficult to sell Muhoozi. It's so difficult to sell Muhoozi, and it has become so difficult. And I'm sure they fall off one by one, because the truth, the people, they need change. And when we need change from all this government. Museveni calls Muhoozi a venture who is going to take on the revenge, who's going to take on his throne. He can be his heir. We don't have any problem. But he cannot be a president of Uganda. We cannot be like the monarchy. Uganda is a Republican country. He announced that in the week, the Queen of Uganda announced Prince Charles and his wife, how they are going to succeed, what titles they are going to have. And I think Muhoozi came and said, oh, let me announce this one. Okay, fine. So Muhoozi has gone quiet. But as I said to you, sometimes he's under the influence of alcohol. So he's going to come out. They have pulled him down before, but he's gonna come and tweet and say something that is gonna put them into danger. And the damage is for real. Don't forget to write to ICC, remind them about Muhoozi's case. Finance. I always talk about Matia Kasaija. Uganda is the third poorest country. Poverty is playing a big part. And the Minister of Finance can do quite a lot to regulate how things, the essential commodities, the prices. The Minister of Finance has got to release money to create jobs. The Minister of Finance has got a duty to demand accountability and stop corruption. The Minister of Finance allocates money. So he gave in 1.7 billion for Ranya. How are we going to recover that? And how is that going to help us? Yeah, the blood of our fallen soldiers and those innocently killed and all over Uganda makes the NUP stronger. Exactly. Musoke Herbert, thank you so much. I was Kamocha. When you stand on that wall, the pain, what you feel is like you freeze. It's for real. You say, my God, these people they lost their life. So that really makes NUP strong. And all these people ganging against us, they don't know, because we look at these people who are killed and they are inspirational, they are motivational, inspirational that they died for change for Uganda. So we need to die for that and we need to stand for them. The motivation of that, we have more energy to fight the dictator, that we don't want people to die innocently. So our plan and strategy is to carry on. When we envisage that they want to kill us, we have to find a way to hide, to run away from these drones, to hide, to do this, and then we shall overcome. There is nothing. So we are looking at the finance. The finance plays a key role because they release the money. And the Ugandans now, their mind, they are so poor. They look at money, they say we are going to over money, even in opposition, so and so was bribed, this blah blah, and then money, NUP and NRM members, they ask billions, now they ask trillions, whatever they want to do, they are asking money. Oranya, we want 1.7, we want 10 people to go with him. They don't ask money for the roads. So the Minister of Finance, Matia Kasaja, always said, you have failed on duty. You should be able to allocate the money sensibly. You should be able to spend our money sensibly. You should be able to ask you for accountability. You should be able to ask where is the money for Ruboa Hospital, $300 over million. Where is the money for Isimba Dam? Where is the money for the roads? We have got no roads, potholes. Where is the money for Ministry of Health when people they don't have aspirin and paracetamol? Where is the money I gave to buy procure medication? Where is the money I gave to procure ambulances? Why is the money being used to build safe houses? Where is the money for housing? People, they need subsidiaries, they need tax rebates, or know that housing. So Matia Kasaja, you are hiding, but you are number two to go to give us accountability, because finance controls most of the things. What can we do? You a minister, you have to ask for accountability. You say, okay, and your allocation is bad, and we earn very little, and you spend that much. Your allocation is bad. How can you give Ministry of Health just 2 trillion? What is it gonna be? And then you give 30% of our budget to security. Why do we need? Why don't you at one time stop that? Okay, stop buying stockpiles of weapons, stop buying weapons. Let us start buying aspirin. Let us build hospitals. Let us build schools. Let us have good roads. Let people sleep in good houses. Let transportation, let us provide the railway. Let us provide the buses. Let us provide, but affordable means. But what we see, we have got tuku, we see border, people being killed every day. Now the transport, people, they walk, there is no feeder roads. Matia Kasaja, you got to sit up and do something. It's no point for you to sit down and say you can't do anything. You are responsible when we see that corruption. So when we see another news, when you talk about the bill which was brought into the parliament by Inselec, let us compare that bill with what Bobby Wine bill brought into the parliament. He brought the bill, Bobby Wine brought the bill for welfare of the police people, security people, to be paid very well, to be what? Welfare, payment, housing, equipment, everything. And the Ola and Ochola said they don't want it. So now we can see the significance. The corruption is higher in Uganda, 70% in the police. The people who are meant to keep us safe, 70%, because they are not being paid very well. So when you compare the bill for Robert Chagulanyi and you compare the bill for Muhammad, which one is better? The one for Robert Chagulanyi is far, far better 100 times, because you look after the police, the country is going to be safe. We are going to be friendly with the police. They are going to be able to do their job. They are going to protect my life. They are going to keep my property. And when you talk about cyber, Muhammad Iseko doesn't know what he's talking about. The law is already existing and harassment is always there. He's always on social media. So he's using Facebook out of the law because Facebook is banned in Uganda. He talks about hacking. How many pages were hacked? Echoto reloaded. So many platforms for NUP, they were hacked. Masaba Joe, Nina Bukirwa, Freddie Rumbuye, JB Muwonge, Ghetto what, Oru Juliro, Amet, endless. We are all hacked. So what happened? We had the law in place. What happened when you say you are going to strengthen that? It doesn't matter. You have to use what you have in place than jumping on punitive. And what you gonna do now? People, they're gonna come. Our response, we responded in kind. Isaac Semahade responded. Our plan, we might use pseudonyms, and you will not be able to know who I am. We can hide our faces and we come and speak. How are you going to prosecute that? And Uganda doesn't have the resources to deal with cyberbullying, to comment. What you are doing, you are making cyber this law to protect the first family. No one is insulting them. People, they asking, deliver service delivery. We need the respect of human rights. Give us freedom. We need democracy. We need change of government. So what is wrong with that in Seleko? That is no harassment. And what court are you going to take Ugandans? The court, they don't work. We can see civilians, NUP, they are tried in army court. So what court are you going to take them? And the Semakade told you, those who complain, they don't appear, they don't come. So I don't understand. So the significance there, we can see it's abuse of the law. He is using Anite, who is now doesn't care what the parliament is. Anita has become another dictator, Anita, and is doing whatever she wants. And then Seleko was given time for leave to prepare the bill. What about us? Have you consulted Ugandans? What is our opinion? Who is gonna give your opinion? You stood on national TV, NTV, and say whatever they say is not going to work. So that means it's already done. So you are wasting the time. The time which we are given is wasted of time. So the significance, we are losing money. You are being given money, we are losing money. Your time, you are given money to decide on something. You say, whatever we say, it will make any difference. You will do whatever you want to do. So what's the problem? Our response, we shall not accept that. The plan and strategy, we are going to use pseudo. We are going to use underground methods, but we shall say whatever we're going to say. We envisage that what you are doing further, you want to get people, you want to apprehend people, you want to bang people, you want to get people down. But we shall deal with that. Another news that we have, I'm glad to hear that some Ugandans, they vow to return to Uganda. That is very good. The significance is big. When you have a dictator, you have to stand in their face. You don't run away. So these people who are saying they are going back after being tortured, that is a big sign. Uganda is our country. We have to be in our country. You have to be closer to your enemy in order to overcome. So all those people who are going back, well done. Please do it. People go to Uganda because Uganda is our country. Sometimes the enemy might come down. You don't know. They might be overwhelmed. And the international will be watching. Another news is about Museveni itinerary has been halved. Museveni appearance has been halved. We see now so much Jessica Oluko. We saw her in Serere. We saw her in Janani Urumu. We saw her in East African community. So the significance of that is he handing over? Because if Museveni dies by our constitution, the vice president is the one who takes over, not Muhoozi. That is our constitution. I don't know how they are going to change that. Our constitution says if a president dies or anything happens to him, he cannot carry out duties. the vice president takes over. So that is maybe Jennifer Alupo is being mentally is being addressed. You never know. Museveni has got bizarre things, but we are going to see. We will see. But we're looking into that. Why can't he? Why is he like the appearance has gone down? Anyway, age, he can never win the age, whether he likes it or not. So sooner or later, his appearance we are going to be. Hello, Nasiwa. Hello, the what we have to know. Bagoba Agulina Butelevu. Forcing the new Ugandans passport on Ugandans is wrong. That is absolutely, that is true, Nina. Oluzungu, ha 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 ha. Yes, Mugerwapo. We have got so many programs which are coming in Uganda in different languages. And one of the reasons I wanted to tell you that they will never overcome us Mugerwapo. I saw Comrade Masaba. Comrade Masaba, I like watching him. Unfortunately, I don't catch up with him live these days, but I watch his videos. Yesterday I was on his video. Mahamadi, Comrade Masaba, salute. I said to you, I got 4, 5 men of the year. I said to you, number 1 is Zake. Number 2 is Fausti Masaba. Today I'm going to tell you Kato Chimera, who does the UK demonstration. So I'm going to be telling you why. Mine is not about whatever you think. Salute Masaba. Masaba talked, he called the NBS command center that he commanded backwards. And then Masaba spoke Swahili. He called on Kenyans to vote to Raila Odinga, and Masaba powered his heart and he spoke Swahili. Masaba. So if you have got people that you cannot buy like Masaba, he will try and speak Swahili. This is the difference with the NUP. We are not bought. We will speak our languages that we can speak. We will try anything. We will alert other people. We will do whatever we can until when we get change. Masaba spoke Swahili. He called on Kenyans to vote for Raila Odinga. But do you know how many people who had it? They had it. And he spoke Swahili regardless. Masaba. Nkakuwako. So Museveni appearance has gone down. The significance is the health. The significance is succession. The significance, what does it tell you? So what about Jessica Alupo? Is she capable? We know her CV. She was a Minister of Education. She failed. People, they didn't vote for her. So how can she be somebody who comes into place? So we have to look on that. Envisage. What is that? Envisage. Why is Jessica Alupo turning up from 7? So are we having somebody who's gonna be bedridden, somebody who's gonna be in a wheelchair, somebody who's, so are they preparing us for 7 departure? So our plan and strategy is to look at that closely. We have to prepare for that. Always we have to look into that. So another news, Mbabas is a caddy man. Caddy man golf, they have caddy man who lifts the bag. Mbabas is back in the fold. Mbabas is back into the public. But we shall deal, we are going to respond. But I think Mbabas cannot deal with this generation. Mbabas leaving NRM for some time caused a big gap. The shit they are in is because of the void caused by Mbabas, because of the way he ran NRM. But he ran NRM against FDC. But he hasn't run NRM against NUP that we desire, we want change, we are in a revolution, we cannot accept, we want change. So another news is our upcoming young people. All these young people, for me, they signify for something that we have not heard for a long time. These young people who are coming up, and sometimes I don't like to show children a lot, but these are young people which are overcoming. So those who are ganging us, we are going to withstand. We, the older, we are going to to withstand. We are going to stand against the moment. So the weekly news, they are significant. That we have to look into this news in terms of significance. This has happened. What does it mean? So we are not going to go with the Muhammad in Seriko, what he wants to go, wala 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 chani chadem chani chadem. No, 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 no. We are not going to go like that. We are going to look into this significance. We need a team of like things. So the gangs, they are against NUP because NUP is the cream of envy. We have got people they stand, they are vibrant, they talk, they do what, and we are not going. So we are going to really stand anything that they don't. So we have a list of NUP members that I want you to look at. That sometimes it is very, very important we get familiar with our, where is my list? Okay. That is the advisory committee. Leader of opposition in Puga, Kosase chairman, Joel Senyonyi, commissioner, that is the Zake, Park accounts, that is Segona, Numbers and the Sewungu for oversee for any NRM manifesto, Basali Lua for the old people, and who else? My eyes, I can't see well, but we have that one. It is already there. So we need to look at this is a list for our shadow cabinet. We need to be familiar with them. Anything you complain, you write to them. Look at them. What have they said? What have they treated? We need to be familiar with them. And that is still a list of our what? Shadow cabinet, which we need. So today I've gone over 1 hour. I'm sorry, but there was a lot which was talking, which I had to say. The thing is that the weekly news, we can put the weekly news into perspective. We should not demand. For me, I'm quite very happy that we have got people who respond in kind, and we have got that brigade for NUP. But we need to look at beyond. When you look at the news, you look at the significance. Why do they want to remove Zake? What is our response? We have member of parliament into prison. What is the response for people in Kawempe? What do you envisage why Segrinya was taken into prison? For nothing. Why Sewanyana was taken? Why those two? So what do you plan ahead to stop that? So we need always to have a plan and strategy. We need to prevent and deal with the problem. Another point that we have, I wanted to put across, is about multitask. Many of the time that NUP people, they say that is a diversion. No, they are not for diversion. Politics, you don't choose. Politics is a buffet. You don't choose what you want to happen. Politics appears in so many platforms. All we need is to learn to multitask. We know that now we have got Mao making noise, we have got Nsereko making noise, Olanya in a hospital, parliament voting, Museveni not appearing, Bobby Wine mania in Serere. We have to be multitask, that we handle all these on the same platform, non-stop. You don't drop one thing and you go to another one. Human rights, we have to continue the case of Kakwenza, because that is where the international community is. We need to be talking about what is happening in the parliament to put pressure on our presence. We need to look into this. Mohammed Nsereko, social media attacks, these gangs attacking us. But I tell you what, they will get tired. They try this, we don't. So those are the things we need to see, because they are ganging against us, but we shall overcome. We shall overstand. We will withstand. Regardless, this is a battle. of the fittest. This is why Kakwensa say, how can you be a general when you are not fit? So those people who are fit, our keyboard is the fittest. Our keyboard is the access. Our keyboard is our weapon. Our social media is our platform. Whatever you do, thank you very much. When I was in Kampala, I realized that social media was one of the key weapons we have to use, and I haven't got it wrong. I think we can see it now. I knew it, but when you go to Uganda, that's when you realize, because you see people, they don't have any way of speaking up. They are not heard on the radio. They are not heard on television. What is on television is crap. So that is where we are now. I thank you very much for listening to me. Naye message gwe wansobera olaga toyagala Nuupu naye tova ku live Nuupu ono akuloga Wamba. Oh, okay, nkulabye mwana wattu ate ekyo nakyo kyogedde naye ekiri mutima Mukama yakimanyi. Masatu wala. Oh, yeah, no problem. Ikyekyo ekituleeta wano kuwuliziganya tu interact. Kati nekyogambye pote bulowooza naye sirina nze kyenyinza kunnyonnyola ekindi mu mutima Mukama Katonda yakimanyi. And I will continue being coming live and being here. Weebale nnyo wa ala Masatu wa ala. Okoze bulungi, oyogedde bulungi, olunaku lukubeerere lulungi. Kati significance is there. We have to go ahead. People, they are ganging against NUP. We should not give up. We like it or not. We should not give up. We like it or not. So regardless, we have to stay and we are going to overcome. But the weekly news, they show that there is a gang against NUP. The people, they are ganging against NUP. So you want change, come to NUP. You are in a revolution, stay calm, be vocal, speak out. And we shall overcome and we shall continue. We shall be, and I'm going to be there. Mastu, I'll be here, and I'll be here until the end. So NUP, people power, our power. NUP, everywhere, NUP, salute. Mwebale nnyo okumpuliriza. Mukama abawe omukisa mubeere bulungi. Thank you very much. Thanks.